Do you have a fear of being buried alive? In July 1893, a farmer named Charles Boger and his wife were living in Pennsylvania when Mrs. Boger suddenly died of unknown causes. Doctors confirmed her death and she was buried promptly. Now, that should have been the end of the story. But sometime after her death, a friend told Charles that his wife actually suffered from hysteria. And get this, there was a possibility that she might not have actually been dead. Unable to live with the thought of his wife dying inside of her casket, Charles employed some of his friends to help exhume her body. What he found was shocking. Mrs. Boger's body was turned over with her back up in the casket. The lid to her coffin, which was made of glass, was all over her. Shards of glass all over her body, scratches all over her body, blood marks all over her hands and body. It seemed as if she was buried alive and was trying to scratch her way out of the coffin. Alright, so this story is about Angelo Hayes, a 19-year-old kid residing in France. Well, one day he went out for a ride on his motorcycle around the village, when suddenly he was thrown from his bike and went headfirst into a brick wall. Now, immediately when doctors arrived, they pronounced him dead, and he was buried 3 days after the accident. So after his death, an insurance company became really suspicious after they found out that his father had just recently insured Angelo's life for up to 200,000 francs. So they sent a dude out to report this claim. Well, what he found was shocking. They exhumed his body to find out that he wasn't dead. In fact, he had just been in a severe coma from the head injury. His heart was barely beating and he was barely breathing. After numerous operations at the hospital, Angelo was able to make a full recovery. So here's the burning question. What would you do if you were buried alive? Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.